Hello everybody, how are you doing? And let's talk about doping and New Zealand rugby. Doping is one of those topics that you never really want to have to talk about, but it's one of those ones that we have to remain vigilant about and we do need to cover to make sure that it does stay in front of people's minds, it does get tested and people do get caught. It's for their own welfare. So, what's come out? So sometime yesterday, New Zealand Rugby and the New Zealand Rugby Players Association released a statement about Patrick Tuipulotu, and basically what did they tell us? They told us that he has failed a doping test. And it looks like sometime in 2016, and they told us that they had found out or heard about it in November, and that he is currently which bit is it? Yeah, he's currently not. He's currently banned from being provisionally suspended, pending resolution of this matter. Now, as you can see, there is very little details about this. Transparency is not something that you would talk about here. We don't know when it was. We don't know what it was. It's taken over 2 months for them to talk about it after they knew about it. World Rugby also knew about it back in November as well. And we have no idea if it's just the A sample that's being tested or the A and the B sample. It's all just very, very non-transparent. This is exactly what we don't need for this kind of topic. Now, Patrick did come back from the tour to Europe for what they said at the time was personal reasons. Now, if there are personal reasons and it's not just a doping thing, then clearly I do hope he gets all the support he needs around that. I'm not going to try and speculate as to what any of that might be. I'm also not going to speculate about what the actual substance is either. There are rumours going around, some of them which I have heard and some which I haven't. But it's, to me, the problem here is the lack of transparency, and they're trying to brush things under or maybe keep things quiet. It also seems a bit of a coincidence that they release this statement on what is Waitangi weekend. So for those of you not in New Zealand, it's a public holiday, it's a long weekend here. So obviously people are distracted by that. It also coincidentally is the same weekend as the Sydney Sevens, the opening weekend of the Six Nations, also the NRL Nines, which is a big rugby league tournament here in New Zealand as well. So there's lots of rugby news going on, and to have this go out at this time just smacks of trying to bury news and for it not to get reported, to go quietly, for it to quietly go away. And really, doping is far too serious a subject for us to be dealing with in that manner, and it needs to be dealt with much more seriously than that. So that's basically my concerns around this, is that they should have come clean and told us about it in November when it actually happened. They should let us know when he failed and what he failed for, and they should let us know if he has applied for his B sample to be tested. He obviously is innocent until proven guilty, and maybe there is a valid explanation as to why whatever substance was found within his sample, whether it be a blood or urine test. Again, we have no idea as to what that is either. By keeping all this stuff quiet, it just adds rumour, it just adds speculation, and all of this is bad for the sport and bad around doping. So I hope, for Patrick's sake, that there is a good explanation, and I hope he sorts out any personal issues that he has, that I get to watch him at Eden Park playing for the Blues again, and also for the All Blacks. But so far, this tale has shone badly on Rugby New Zealand, the Rugby New Zealand Players Association, and World Rugby in the handling of it, in the fact that the lack of telling people what's going on, and trying to make it look like it's trying to disappear. And this, at the moment, is a bad time for New Zealand Rugby. There have been other issues here that they have dealt with either slowly and badly over the last few months, such as the Chiefs issue, where their Mad Monday, where they got drunk and hired a prostitute, and then they were very slow at reacting and talking about that. There was also a player down in Wellington who got drunk and beat up some people, who then had various rugby representatives, not at the New Zealand Rugby Union level, but at a lower level, putting in for him, and he initially got let off from that. So New Zealand Rugby has got an image problem at the moment, and this kind of thing, where they're putting things out at these times, isn't helping them at all. So there's my thoughts on this topic. Let's hope Patrick gets his personal issues sorted out, and let me know your thoughts. Cheers, guys.